Ever wanted to create an animated video but don't have a background in animation or have great drawing skills? Well, this is the video for you because I'll be showing you how to create your own animated video with software since it's 2023 and we can let technology do most of the hard work for us. Step 1, you need an idea. What are you making a video about? Do you want to do a video on sports, share a personal story or message, do a summary, share research? Regardless, figure out what it is that you want to make a video on. This is arguably the most important step, and it's smart to spend some time coming up with a great idea before you put a ton of effort and time into something you don't feel passionate or excited about. If you don't have this figured out, you can't go forward with the next steps. Also, make sure to give this video a like so other people that want help creating their own whiteboard animation videos can find this video, and it helps the channel out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Step 2, you need to write a script or at least a guideline for what you'll be talking about. This will allow you to organize your thoughts in a structured way so that you can have a cleaner and more direct message to your audience. If you're having trouble figuring out where to start, a simple formula for getting started is to write down these 5 elements and begin to expand on each one. Every script should have a hook, which is something to get the viewer's attention, an introduction, which is something to introduce the viewer to what they can expect if they decide to stay with you, or give them an overview of what the video is about, the body, which is the bulk of the video where you're actually talking about whatever it is that you choose, the conclusion, which wraps everything up all together, and finally a call to action, which is to suggest to the viewer to perform some action or go out and do something. This action could be to watch more of your videos, to subscribe, to give the video a like, to go exercise or read. Maybe you're making an animated video to promote your business and you want your audience to purchase something that you're selling. Basically, you should inspire your audience to do something, and if your video is great, you can usually accomplish this with some percentage of your viewers. We can also use AI to our advantage by using ChatGPT, which is a free chatbot that can be used for all sorts of tasks like answering questions, writing code for computer programs, and assisting us in writing our scripts. You can enter in the topic that you're writing about into ChatGPT and use it to help you get started on your outline by asking it to write it for you and give you sources for the script that it's providing for you. You could also ask it for thumbnail ideas, and you can even ask it to reword a portion of your existing script. Plus, it can give you ideas for more videos in the future, and the possibilities are almost endless. Try experimenting with ChatGPT for your writing process, and remember that as of right now, ChatGPT, when used as a tool for your writing, can heavily increase the speed of your workflow and help to improve your process, but it shouldn't be used as a crutch since some of its writing on certain topics can be weak or repetitive. For your writing, I'd recommend you to use a free software like Notion or Google Docs, since you'll be able to access your script anywhere if you randomly get an idea that you want to write down, and it won't cost you any money to get started with the writing process. This also allows you to begin planning and thinking of the types of animations that you would want to match each section of your video. I prefer to write an entire script for what I'll be saying in advance to avoid any awkward pauses, unwanted ums, or any other issues that might come up during the recording process, which brings us to step 3, record your voice. This is where you'll need to use some sort of microphone to record what you want to tell your audience. I'll link to some cheap microphones that I've personally used down below in the description, as well as more mid-range microphones that are a bit more pricey but will make your audio quality a lot better. To keep things simple, if you want to record on your iPhone and step up your audio quality, you can order a lavalier microphone on Amazon or go to Best Buy that plugs right into your lightning port. Or if you're on PC, I'd recommend starting out with a USB microphone and skip getting into an XLR setup unless you're sure you're ready to commit serious amount of time and money into doing this. If you don't know what an XLR setup is, then you definitely don't need to be worrying about any of that. If you want a free option, you can always record voice memos on your iPhone or Android and then send them to your computer via email or transfer them with a lightning to USB type A cable. Also, if you're someone who's afraid of putting your voice in a video, or maybe you don't like the sound of your voice, then there are text-to-speech tools that you can use that will read your script for you, but I would highly recommend not to do that because most AI, or at least most free AI, won't sound as natural as a human voice. Second, you can control exactly how you want your message to sound since you can emphasize and put more emotion into your vocals when you do them yourself. And finally, you can record as many takes as you like until you get your audio sounding just how you like it. I used to dislike the sound of my voice when I first started making videos, but over time, as I practiced more and more, I began to get better at speaking into a microphone and started to just get used to hearing my own voice, so now it doesn't really bother me anymore. Step 4, edit your voice. You'll need some sort of software to edit your voice and take out all the parts where you messed up, took breaths, or even just to cut out extra dead air and condense the length of your video. There are a ton of options for doing this, but one free and easy option is to use Audacity since it's very beginner friendly. You can also use software to EQ your voice and tune it to how you would like it to sound, and even add special effects to your audio track or background music. There are a ton of free tutorials online for using Audacity and other free audio editing software, but since you'll most likely just be trimming your audio clips, it shouldn't take much learning to get started, and I'd recommend jumping right into the editing process and learn and look things up as you go. Step 5, the moment that you've all been waiting for, animating your video. This is where you have a few options as far as the software that you're going to choose to create your videos, but I'm going to recommend you to use VideoScribe VideoScribe because it's very beginner friendly. There's a 7-day free trial that does not require a credit card, at least at the time that I'm publishing this video, and it's what I use to create my own videos. I'll have a link to VideoScribe down below in the description that you guys can use to get started with animating your videos. The first thing you want to do when you get into the VideoScribe software is to click to create a new scribe and select the microphone icon in the top right of the screen to go to the voiceover tool. Here you can record directly into VideoScribe, or you can drag and drop your finished audio and begin animating over it, which is what I recommend. Now, to start animating your video, you can choose between adding text or images to your animation. VideoScribe has a library of built-in images to choose from, but you can also upload any images from your PC as well. You can also change how the background looks and the colors. You can right click and select properties or double click a graphic to customize how long it will take to animate, the transition time between this graphic and the next one, and even editing the drawing hand or the graphic filters for each animation. As you add more graphics, it's important to select each one and set the camera position, which is basically just clicking the camera button with a check mark on it when you have everything in frame that you want, so you can control how your video will look when it's drawing that particular graphic. If you're starting to get overwhelmed, it's totally normal. I was really confused when I first started using the software, but as you use it more and more, I promise things will start to make sense, and this is something that you definitely need patience for. Start adding things together piece by piece, and if this is your first time using a software like this, I would recommend setting aside at least an hour or two to really play around with the software and learn each component so you can begin to get more comfortable with each tool. As far as animating over your script, you want to use text and graphics that convey what it is that you're talking about, while also animating frequently enough where your viewer is not getting bored and are being stimulated by your graphics. If I had to give a general rule, I would say the animation time would be around 2 seconds, while pause and transition time is typically around half a second each. If I have a larger graphic, then I will usually give it more time, and if it's a smaller graphic, then less time, but that's my guideline for animations. A low transition and pause time makes things appear smoother in my opinion, and it helps to keep the pace of the video stimulating for my viewers. On average, I would say it takes about 1 hour per minute of animation time, so if I want to create an 8-minute video, this will take me about 8 hours of animation time. If you're a beginner, this is probably going to be higher, but as you get better, you can reduce your animation time to get even faster. Repeat adding text, images, GIFs, B-rolls, and animations into your video until you've covered the length of your recorded audio clip. Hey, if you've made it this far into the video, pat yourself on the back because this is a lengthy process and it's not easy to do this whole thing. It also means you've probably gotten some value out of this video, and it would help me a lot if you hit the like button or subscribe to the channel so other people get recommended this video so they can get help with animating their videos too. Thanks for doing that, and now that we finished animating our videos, we can move on to the last step, which is step 6, exporting your video. To do this, you can click the publish icon, which are the 3 dots connected with lines in the top right, and then select the download video option. I usually leave it on default settings, which is QuickTime MOV, 1080p resolution full HD, and the frame rate on 30. Make sure you know where you're saving it to on your computer, and now let it render and export. Last but not least, here's a bonus step if you're looking to upload to YouTube. You can use Canva to make a free thumbnail and then take some time to come up with a title for your video. You're going to want to title it something intriguing that will catch your viewers' attention so they click on it. You can also create your thumbnail in VideoScribe and then use the snipping tool to crop out the portion of the frame that you're going to be using in your thumbnail. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you made it to the end of the video and you still have any more questions, please make sure to leave your comments down below in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one.